Hey guys, it's Brandy again with Brandini Tarot and Spirit Messages. I'm coming to you live with a energy reading for all Earth signs. So I've already shuffled and cleansed my cards, cleared my cards from the last reading. I'm gonna go ahead, shuffle one more time, maybe twice. I'm gonna go ahead and get started for the all energy signs for Earth. What's going on for all Earth signs? Spirit, please use me as an open channel and guide me to give the best reading that I could possibly give today in this wonderful energy that you have me in. Thank you, Spirit. Let's find out what's going on with air signs. You have the Two of Wands. You have Temperance. Some of you guys may be feeling like the fruits of your labor are not very fruitful at the moment. You have the Knight of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Looks like some of you guys are going through a period of, stagnation. It looks like Spirit is trying to level it out for you guys here. Giving you some truth and enlightenment to certain situations that are maybe happening in your lives right now. Whether it be with your health or financial situations or your love situations. Looks like some of you guys might be going through a dark night of the soul situation here. You have you have the King of Swords from the opposite side. You have Judgment. Could be about making better judgments with your intellect, your thoughts, or trusting yourself. Maybe if you haven't been trusting yourself, you should be trusting yourself now. You should be trusting your better judgment now after a period of, betrayal. You may be trusting yourself again to start anew. Possibly reevaluating the love situation. Your Ace of Cups. You have your Ace of Cups. You have your Ace of Wands. Kind of have that energy of Two of Pentacles here. Okay, so I'm going to run through this right quick. Up here with the Two of Wands, it's telling you that if you have been paying attention only to the logistical side of details of your endeavor, make a point of drawing upon your higher self. However, you see that to being spirit and meaning to the enterprise, think more about why and not just what is happening in your life right now, especially when it comes to your foundations, the things that you're building, the things that you have built, from your house of pentacles. With temperance here. Ooh, right now would be the perfect time to put my foot. In the flush of victory, people tend to overlook what roles were really played in the endeavor. Mutual congratulation glosses over inequality of effort. Over time, resentment may come to the surface if recognition isn't given to those who deserve it. Financial rewards help, but over the long term, everyone needs to feel valued for their contribution to the success of the endeavor. And so, like right now, in the earth signs energy, right now they're not feeling very successful in their endeavors with the hard work that they have put in and the things that they've been trying to build. It's asking the earth sign, whoever this resonates with, to go within and ask yourself, the whys, not the whats, it's asking you to evaluate not the whys, but the what of the situation, what is happening and why. And also to look in yourself if you have been blaming others for your misfortunes or for your hardships. It's asking you to go in and evaluate where you're responsible, or where the other parties are responsible. It's about a give and take. It's not about pointing fingers. Um, you're being given enlightenment in order to evaluate these things. And from this viewpoint, you're looking toward the hangman's gallows. The angel stands between you and the gallows, red wings spread wide. The eagle, the lion, the angel all seem to be preventing you, or at least cautioning you from undertaking an act of sacrifice. It's not the time to surrender your ego to a higher cause. You're being asked to contemplate what it is that you're sacrificing, and what it means to you to overcome this obstacle, and why you need to overcome this obstacle. The season's harvest is a loss and it's time to move on and try again, but take some time to do a post-mortem on the enterprise before you begin, using the symbolism of the tree, which would be right here. Consider what the soil is like, where water can be found, how much sunshine you can expect, and learn from your mistakes, and the next year your crop will be bountiful. While the outer self seems intent on war, from this point of view, we see that the night is actually following the flight of swallows. They lead him toward breaks in the storm clouds and the lightning in the sky. Swallows are a symbol of instinctive return to home of the heart. They also symbolize freedom, something that is this knight cherishes. If he can feel a sense of freedom in matters of the heart, he will reveal more about himself when he allows himself to admit that he wants to pursue it wholeheartedly. He won't fear to show his true face. And that's after a period of stagnation, and There are at least two ways to interpret this card. The knight is dead, and his spirit is looking at the scene of his death, or the knight was not attacked at all, only his empty armor. Either way, the symbolism speaks of the death of the ego, not the essence. Something has been killed, but it is not the most important thing. A solar eclipse is not the death of the sun. Follows the night example, contemplate what is essential and what is ephemeral. The king faces a darkening storm ahead, an ironclad metal. He'll draw the ferociousness of forked lightning, which is why he drove his sword point into the ground. He believes the energy will move through him rather than destroy him. Behind the king, a scythe stands in readiness, its sharp points also grounded in the earth. It's also the darker side of the king's immense self confidence, the risk that he will make a martyr of himself. In believing that only he can save the day, he doesn't know how to accept help or even admit that he needs it. Understanding this flaw will allow others to tactfully give help without weakening his steely pride. Okay, this is where I feel like this is a masculine energy here for the earth sign, who's this is probably going to resonate for. Going through a period where you're being asked to kind of put your ego to the side and think about, evaluate what is best for those around you in the situation. um your judgment, it's asking you to have faith and spirit to move forward in this process with faith and trust and the ability to let be through the situation. A part of this feeling of unfruitfulness or a period of death ego. I'll just call it the ego death. um your The cycles of moon are reflected in the cycles of women, and thus the moon card is that of feminine power. The woman here is on the direct side of the high priestess, offering an initiation of sorts, a choice between a bowl of phosphorescent seawater and a glowing egg. Which are you most drawn to, and what does it tell you about your psyche? Remember, the rational solar thinking has no place here. The moon shadow has turned day into night. That sits with the Four of Swords and the Two of Swords. Beyond the self-defense, it's a good time to enhance peace of mind through meditation and contemplation. And while the other side of the card of the side of the Four of Swords, this side of the card here, it's saying it suggests a rest or delegating, and the side doesn't hit. It flatly says that you can do more in the present circumstances. Mentally, physically, spiritually, you're exhausted, but let someone else put the fires out. It's saying that you're going through this period where to you need to recuperate after a time of loss, and you have to make the decisions within yourself to move forward and illuminate that which is best for you, and learning how to temper the situation, being patient through this, going through these trials and these tribulations, these enlightenments, the storm that's raging within you. The tower of judgment is standing here, and it's asking you to have faith in what is to come, and it's asking you to have faith in the unknown, because what's coming is going to bring you peace. It's going to bring you out of that Seven of Cups energy where you're feeling like things are not as bad as you think they are. Things aren't as bad as you think they are right now, and you don't know that yet, but you will. You're safe. You're safe, though it may be uncomfortable. So keep your wits about you. It's just asking you to pay attention. Don't get sucked up into your emotions, but still pay attention to what's going on to you intuitively around you. Because the King of Swords shouldn't have his back turned. He should be facing the opposition, yes, but at the same time, if you need help, ask for it. And I know for a lot of earth signs are really, really stubborn when it comes to asking for help and being stuck in their pride and being stuck in their ego. So it's spirit is just asking you to be very cautious right now in these times about, not asking for help when you need it. If help is there and help is being offered, take it, because it's meant to help you through these journeys. You can't do this by yourself. So if you're being offered help, please take it right now. Um, accept advice if it's offered. These things will help you back in proportion so that you can see exactly what steps to take next. In matters of love, avoid escalating an emotional situation through melodrama or blame. And there again, it goes taking you, it's trying to, the things that you're going through and the things you're experiencing are trying to take you out of that place of feeling like a victim, and helping you in your journey to see what it is that you need to do and understand the whys of what is happening, so that you understand the full lesson that's being given in the situation. And so you have the Six of Wands down here. You know, just because you have victory, you tend to overlook what roles are really played in the endeavor, in the flush of victory, forgetting um, where mutual congratulations are due, and glosses over the inequality of effort. You're not seeing where effort was put from both sides. And that could present a major problem, especially if you're going through an endeavor where, you're at an opposition with another person, and fighting. Um, it's really about not who is right, really. It's about what needs to be done in the situation and following that platform. The energy is much cooler here on the other side and much more balanced. The lovers are alone now. The archangel is gone. There's a calm sense rather than an urgency. It should soon be easier to see where you're going or how you will get there. Consider how your elemental qualities complement those of your significant other, where they create an explosion or whether they come together in perfect unison. And then here with the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups is asking you to evaluate right now. The Ace of Chalices represents the gift of love. Chalices are the spirit of emotions, visions, and dreams. The beautiful fountain and its goddess are a sign that the blessings of happiness are at hand. Nothing more is required from you other than to be ready to receive them with thanks. And that, coupled with the Ace of Wands, it means a setting sun shines dimly through what appears to be smoke, for forest hills can barely be seen through the haze. High overhead, a red hawk glides upon the wind. Your initial impulses are good, but you run the risk of losing sight of the big picture. Get some distance from your endeavor if you feel confused or unclear about your purpose. There's no rush. You won't lose momentum by stepping back for a brief time to get some needed perspective. The war is over. You've done well. There are battle scars that you will always bear, but on the whole, you've been lucky, and your skills have grown significantly through being tested again and again. Now the time is look. It's time to look back and consider what's all about you've been fighting for. Was the effort worth the rewards? What are the spoils of your victory, and how will you enjoy them? Pretty much, it's telling you that if you want to enjoy the spoils of victory, you're going to have to swallow your pride. You cannot be um, you can't be caught up in the energy of what went wrong and not ask for help when it's offered, or not take the help when it's offered, when you're being divinely guided to go through this change. You're not going through it alone. um Whatever it is that you've been contemplating, um you just need to make sure that you move forward with actions of love and with actions of fairness, and be sure to take into accountability that it takes two people. um it takes two people to solve a problem, and it takes two people to create a problem when it comes to love and relationships. So what spirit is asking you to do is just to take a step back and make sure that you're not coming at another person from a place of blame, rather than, it's they're asking you to go within and look at yourself and evaluate the self before you stand in judgment of others. And so you're being cautioned, just in a sense, on your own spiritual journey, to just be aware of these things, be mindful of them, and not to attack another human being because things are going wrong in your life, and you um, have to take accountability for some of that. So um, I'm sorry for you guys in the earth sign department who may be having the struggle right now. I hope that this reading doesn't trigger you, and if it does, I really hope that in the end you go within and know that this reading was just to help you get through these turbulent times that are going down in your life right now. Because everything in divine timing is going to be illuminated for you. There's help. There's help near you, and all you have to do is take the hands that are being offered, and it will alleviate some of the stress and the worry that you're experiencing. So it's just asking you to a little bit come out of your shell and not to be so harsh when it comes to other individuals. So that you can give them fairness and some stability. So this concludes the read for the earth signs for April 9th to the 20th. I hope that this helped. Stay tuned for another read in just another week or so. We'll come back to you with another update for the energy reads for all earth signs. Thank you for watching. Please stay tuned. Like, share, comment on this video. Let me know that it resonated or if it did not. I'm open to constructive criticism. I am not, however, open to negative comments and negative behaviors on my channel. So if you could keep it love and light, I would greatly appreciate it. I can always use the constructive criticism. If you have more suggestions for these astrological reads, please feel free to comment and let me know how you feel or what changes you see that I could make that could better this channel for the greatest good. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Please have a blessed day.